Yo, what's good? It's Dre from the dznpodcast, and this is episode 11. And it's just me, once again, solo episode, mini episode, aka all that stuff. But this week, we're going to talk about failure. Because in life, we all do things, right? Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, sometimes we fail, sometimes we succeed. But it's always how you come back and handle a failure is what's going to make you great in the future. Because I feel there's a lot of people out there that's working hard, trying to be the best they can be. Businessman, basketball player, all that stuff. But you're always going to fail. You're always going to fail. But it's always how you come back from that failure that's going to make you great. Because that's the only way you really learn something. Is if you fail. Because if you're held and coddled all your life, you don't know what failure feels like, because you're always succeeding, you're always progressing, you're always doing something to get better. But you never got knocked down, so you don't know how it feels to fall to the ground. You don't know how it feels when your bank account's at zero. You don't know how it feels when nobody's contacting you. You don't know how it feels when you lose all the people and all the things in your life that got you to this point, and now you have to rebound from that, and now you have to progress yourself forward, figure out how the comeback plan is gonna work, aka the rebrand. So it's just, we as people sometimes have to figure out how to come back from failure, instead of just thinking about, oh, it's always gonna be good, because it's not always gonna be good. There's going to be moments and times where you can't control and you're going to get knocked down. It's all about how you come back from that. Now, something else I want to talk about today is being in school. But the people out there who are in college right now, salute to y'all. I'm in there too. That's why y'all really don't get a podcast every week, whoever's listening. But it's when you figure out what you want to do, it's a really tough decision of staying there, because you've gotten far in school, but now you don't know if you want to stay there or if you should stay there. Because if you put more time towards working in your craft, but now you're wasting time in school learning things you may not need to know or need to care about to know, because now you know what you want to do. That's where I feel like I'm at right now, because I know what I want to do now, but it seemed like school was taking away from the stuff I want to do. So I still have a year left to finish, but I don't know if I want to do it, because that's still a year off of my life. And if I still go on with school, how much would I be taking away from my future if I stayed or if I just left? I would still be in debt, unfortunately, but it still wouldn't be as much, and I would still be progressing towards my future goals. It's just a weird place I'm at, but I think I'm gonna stay, but I don't know if it's the best thing for me. If anybody has any suggestions, put them in the comments or calls or whatever, however you contact us using this. But it's just a place I'm at mentally in my head where I feel kind of lost a little bit. I think I'm gonna still stay, but it's really dicey. We're going to talk about this on a podcast later on when we all get together, but J. Cole's Middle Child. The track's good. It's good. But the question is, did it need all that promotion behind it? Who knows? Because you put all that towards that one track, and now the track comes out and just kind of okay. It's not like fire. It ain't setting the internet on fire. So it's really, what was the point of all the promotion with the Middle Child, with the faces and the people, and then just come back as I said, just a thought. I just want to talk about what it is to be a content creator, because there's a lot going on and a lot of people putting out things to say, oh, I'm a content creator, I do this, that. Well, they really aren't doing much in the content creator avenue. They're just putting up certain type of videos that don't take as much time or as much effort and say they're creating content. Now, I'm not saying don't do it, keep your hustle on, do what you got to do, but I feel it's a different way to describe that. But then again, I could be very wrong. I could be just talking BS. It's just being a content creator has been disgruntled and misconstrued. Just in my head anyway. So it's weird, man. Cause it's just content takes time, but it's just, man. Some people really don't put time in the content they create. They really don't, in my opinion. They just put something together real quick and then just put it out in the world and they call it content. I don't feel that's content. I feel it's just a video you put together. I feel that's just something you thought of real quick and just made. It's not really creating content. Creating content takes effort, energy, and creativity. But then again, that could be your creativity. And that's nothing, I have nothing against that. But the difference between what I think of creating content and other people creating content, it's two totally different things. But then again, that's just my opinion. And if you think creating content is what you do and you're successful, keep doing what you do. Being in a relationship, the purpose of relationships, why relationships don't last, why they end so fast. That's my generation. It seems the value of love and relationships have diminished, and the meaning of relationships are something totally different now than it used to be. Because I don't think people take the time to get to know each other or want to get to know each other. They just want to do one thing and then just leave and get this out of a situation or that out of a situation and just bounce. And it seems now everybody wants to be independent when that may or may not be the way to go. But it's just, man. Thing is, I never been in a relationship anyway, so I probably shouldn't be saying nothing about this. But from the outside looking in, I don't even need to be in one because I know what I want. I know what I want out of it. And I'm going to tell the woman that I'm going to interact with what I want out of it. And people just are so dishonest about what they do and don't want. That's probably why relationships don't really last the way they're supposed to, because people are lying and deceiving and not saying how they truly feel or what they truly want. And so they end up getting divorced, breaking up nasty, or not even liking each other after the fact. And it's kind of the same with marriage. It's people only get together for money or status, and then they just break it off like it wasn't even anything. And then they abide by this contract, so to speak, that makes people legally married. And now when you break up, you get half of what somebody else has because you've been contractually obligated to be with them and get their wealth without a prenup. To me, that's stupid. If you wasn't with them on the up of them getting what they have, then you shouldn't even be able to get anything they have in the first place, unless you helped. It's because a lot of people are just trying to game it, which it really is. It really just is a game. And now people are exposed and just taking it for what it is and not really trying to find the true meaning of this love or relationship thing. And now it's just a lot. And then just ends so bad. And it's sad. Timing is everything. It always has been. It always will be. You may not get what you want when you want it, but when the time comes and you're supposed to have it, you will get it. Now, if you're not ready for it when the time comes, you may not ever get it. That's why we have to, the saying is, prepare now so you don't have to prepare later. That is why that is a phrase, because timing, you never know. You never expect it unless you planned it. But it will always come when you least expect it. That's why you have to stay in the lab planning. You got to stay on your grind planning. You got to stay in your mind planning, preparing, gathering ideas, gathering concepts, putting all the work in to be who you're trying to be. And then when the time comes, you get exposed for good or bad, success or failure. That's the half. Being skeptical, question everything, don't believe anything. That is the world we live in nowadays. Everybody's fake, everything is fake. You really have to look at people who are doing certain things for this attention that they are trying to seek, because it's not real. It's not who they are. It's not who they're trying to be. They just want it for the time being because it earns them attention, which earns them money, which earns them status. It's a lot going on that people want the status and attention for, but they don't want to put in the work for it to get. So they rather just get some attention for the time being, put this out, put that out, and then go behind the scenes and live in their own places later. Or also they could just be unhappy and want attention that makes them happy because they're in a place of sorrow and downpour, and now they're just seeking for help, crying for attention. So they just do things that aren't real or do things that are out of their character because now they just want attention for themselves. That's whack. And it always crawls in my brain to ask, why can't people have better self-awareness? Why don't people want to be themselves? I guess it's because the illusion of status and fame makes people want to be this way when they really don't want all that comes with it. Will I believe in the future I'll be in a place where I feel that I am happy? Yes. But unfortunately, I'm still going to want more, just like everybody else. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. I don't try to be perfect. I don't try to appear better than anybody else. I don't try to appear smarter than anybody else. I just do me. That's all I do. I just do me. And there's nothing else that I can do but do me. I can not do me, but that's going to end in sadness, and I don't want to be sad anymore. So I'd rather just do me, because doing me and being me is always going to be beneficial in the end, because it's who I am and what I stand for. Me. That sounds very selfish. Not trying to appear selfish, but sometimes to get where you want to be, you have to be a little bit selfish. That's just the way it goes. Do you, be happy. Failure is always going to come, but work like failure is not an option though. Try new things. Always try new things. Try things that's going to share. Try things that are going to scare the shit out of you. Try things that are going to make you frightened. Try things that are going to make you think that it's not possible, but it always is. It always is. Trust me. If you put your mind to it, you can always do it. This is Dre from the dznpodcast. You can follow us at d.z.n.podcast on Instagram, dznpodcast on Facebook, dznpodcast on Twitter. And we're out. Well, I'm out because it's just me here. Y'all have a lovely day, lovely afternoon, morning, night, and peace out. DZN Podcast, episode 11. Try it, motherfucker.
Simple.